Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet. Get your megabits ready, because we about to terabyte.
Stay up, 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 stay, Viagra, stay up, stay up, yeah, stay up, stay up.
2, Uno. Welcome back to another episode of the MQ Legacy Podcast. It's your host, Mikey Q. And we got your co-host over here, Ryan J.
What's up,
Ryan
guys?
Jam. And
Jamshidi.
today, I should say, we have a very special guest here to talk to you about something that more people our age should be doing if you're trying to get that mura. We got Ahmed.
Yeah, what's up? Um, yeah, hello, my name is Ahmed, and Mikey's my friend apparently. Yeah.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Ahmed? It's
Good.
pretty late for us. Ryan's in a completely different time zone.
Only 10 o'clock here.
Yeah. But I
Honestly,
mean-
I'm feeling.
All right, that's good. Should we let's get into it then?
Let's get into it.
First of all, before we even talk about stocks and all that, I just want to know, like, how's your take on let's try not to say the school's name, but like, what's your take on the school? Like, do you like the school? Because I know you haven't. It's your first year there. My first year too. I just want to see what your take on the school is too.
I think the school that I go to currently, I think it's better than my old school. I think it's better than any school, actually, to be fair, because you have so much exposure to all these other topics. Like, you have investment club, you have technology, you have like so many stuff that other schools may not provide. So I feel like this school is really it's really an opportunity for you to grow, and it's opportunity for you to learn too. So I think it's good. I like this. I like the school that I go to currently.
All right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think too that it's a great school for getting ready for college and what happens after college. And I mean, it has the word preparatory in its name for a reason, because I guess it's supposed to prepare you for that. But yeah, it's a good school. I just wanted to hear your take on it because you're the first person from my school actually that I have had on this podcast. So congratulations. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the meat and greedy. Um, why did you start investing? I want to hear from you and Ryan, and then I'll say my part too. But like, why did you start investing?
So for me, my dad, he never really influences it, honestly. He wants me to more pay attention towards my studies. And I see where he's coming from, but for me, the curiosity always runs in me. And for me, how I got into investing early, I was just scrolling on YouTube while not doing my homework. And I was just in like best ways to make money as a teenager, just really confused. Well, my parents never wanted me to get a job, so I was like, is there a way to make money from home, passive income, while you're sleeping? You just make money, something. It's not really a job. It's kind of worse than a job because you have so much risk. You're taking more risk people aren't
There's so many
really
benefits as well too.
there's benefits and also a lot of risk too. But honestly, I really I really I really got into it just because of the way on how to make money while sleeping, or passive income basically. That's my main reason of getting into it, honestly.
Nice.
Well, it's not fully passive.
Well,
I mean, passive
smart
income.
ass.
Okay,
that's
passive
true.
income would be like a house that you're renting out, but like it can be in some ways. Like if you just have a portfolio that like if you have a bunch of long positions, yeah.
It depends because you could be doing day trading too. Because like if day
I
trading,
usually day trade, so
yeah,
that's-
day trade. So there's two types of people who do who do investments, especially with doing stocks. Some people do day trade. Some people just hold on for like years. Maybe they might put a large sum of money into one company. It might just wait probably a month, 2 months, probably a year. So that's what I mean by passive income. Like they just see their balance rising. So
And for the people that like don't know what day
Or
trading is,
dividends. That could be another form of passive income.
yeah, it could be.
Sorry, Mikey. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I mean like I could imagine people listening to this and they'll be confused as fuck. So I think we should just like define what each
Yeah,
thing is. Should we let the guest, the special guest, do
yeah.
it?
Let's let Ahmed explain.
Yeah, let's let Ahmed explain. Explain. Just explain. What were you gonna talk about? Day trading. For those who
Oh,
don't know.
day trading. Okay, so essentially, the gist of day trading is, well, you have, let's say, for example, you have $10,000. Okay, I invest 50% of that money in Apple or whatever you want. It doesn't have to be 50%. It can be 25%, but it's just putting some of your money into Apple. And at the end of the day, you trade it. At the end of the day, you sell it if you're happy with your profit. But obviously, if you're losing money, you don't really want to sell it. But as a day trader, that's more your option if you want to lose money or not. So, but see, like if I was day trading, I wouldn't really sell the same day if I'm losing money. I'd more like sell the next day or whenever I have the opportunity to get out.
Yeah.
It's just day by day. You're just buying and selling. But remember, what every brokerage, like if you use TD Ameritrade, if you use Webull, Robinhood, or any brokerage, you have to have $25,000 above to do day trading.
I did not
No,
know
you have to
that.
have You have to have $25,000 or above, to because I day trade with less than that, but um, to you like if you sell something, you have to wait 24 hours to use the money, from the sale unless you have more than 25,000. That's how my brokerage works, but
Okay. Well, I didn't know any of those two, but so we got into what you got into investing and all that shit. I don't. You don't have to answer this if you want to, because it's somewhat of a personal question. But like, what are some companies that you've invested in, or some companies that you see, uh, doing a lot better in the market in the future, and that
a good
what
future.
yeah, or like what people should be investing in, or and just all opinionated though. Like this is just all your opinions.
My opinion on this is,
Because wait, before you answer, I'm just saying workhorse. You got me into workhorse. I did bit more research on workhorse, and like right now, the Mura's coming in. So
You don't have to mute, by the way. Like you can just talk freely if you want.
oh,
yeah,
so
you don't have to be yourself. It's good.
so the thing about workhorse, Tesla, Neo, I believe is pretty good buy right now.
Ryan,
Neo's
don't
pretty
you
high,
don't you
so
invest in Neo, Ryan?
Yeah, I just told you, Neo, yeah, a few minutes ago. But here, actually continue and then I'll say something.
what I think is, well, actually, Ryan, I want to let you go first because the thing I'm gonna talk about is gonna probably take. It's gonna
All right,
be
well,
a
I was just
big
gonna add
thing
like
to.
Tesla. I think Tesla's gonna have a pullback soon. There's no, like I don't see it going
Ahmed,
up as
weren't we
much as it
talking about
has
that?
been.
Weren't we talking about
Oh,
Tesla
you
shares
mean
dropping soon?
correction? What you mean a correction or like what do you
For
mean?
for example, correction is
Like when it drops and it like corrects or something? Like I know that happens with Bitcoin, but
I
that's
don't
like
know. Like I think
you don't think it's gonna stay the way it is
this
right now.
no,
You
I
think
don't
it
think
keeps
it's gonna
up?
keep going up like it is right now. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I think so too.
like I think the shorters are what's the short sellers are what's driving it up right now. Because when you see it go up so much, people think to short sell. Well, okay, short sell.
Yeah,
Ahmed, you want to
define.
explain short selling for them? Yes, no, maybe.
what short sell?
Yeah.
So when you short sell doesn't so I'm a little bit it's a bit cloudy in my head too, but you probably know better about more than me about short selling. But when you short sell, doesn't the stock go more down?
Well, no, when you short sell, you're like selling the. Okay, so here I'll just explain. So, when you short sell a stock, you sell the stock in hopes that it goes down, and then you have to
Oh,
buy it. You want to buy it back at a lower price, but if it goes up, you have to buy it back either way, and you just lose money. So you just want it. You're betting against the stock. You want it to go down.
it's kind of like a put. Like a
Well, in a way, yeah. Like, yeah, it kind of is. Do you trade options?
trade options, yeah. I mean, the thing with options is it can get pretty stressful
I
sometimes.
only trade options. Like I do not
Yeah,
trade
and
long
people get
positions.
rich with options. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, options are there's like a lot of adrenaline involved in options.
Well, let me get my
There's like
notebook.
it's high risk, high reward. That's what it is.
dude, that's what I was trying to explain to Mikey at school. I was like, dude, stocks are one thing, but you know, it really makes you the
There's a
dough.
whole different element out there. There's a whole
So
different
that's how
level.
that's actually how I got myself off the ground, because when I started trading, I didn't have that much like money in my account, but then like within a few months, I like 5x, 4x my money because of just trading options, but not off of a few plays. Like I usually do smaller increments. Not really. I don't really take big risks, and like I hope they end up well.
So as I was saying, when Mikey said to me, "Oh, like what should you invest right now in?" I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but my personal thoughts are that think about it. In 2020, the stock
If you say
market.
what I think you're about to say, I'm gonna slap you tomorrow at school. But
Look,
just keep going.
look,
I
look,
don't think
There's
you're
no
gonna
school
say it.
tomorrow.
I'm just Monday. On Monday.
I think
look.
he's Mikey. What's your guess? I think he's gonna say pharmaceutical.
No, not. I mean, pharmaceutical. Yeah, well,
Come on,
biomedical,
bro. Come on, Ryan.
genomic, CRISPR. Like, I remember when I was learning in science class, and
Oh
my science
shit!
teacher
I
was talking
forgot
about
about
CRISPR.
that. CRISPR.
Yeah, CRISPR, and exactly, ARKG, the ETF, genomic ETF. That's something that you might want to hold on to because, well, when vaccine comes out, yeah, you can. What is CRISPR? CRISPR is when you alternate or you engineer or you mess around with their genomes. I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Yeah, it's CRISPR is a family of DNA sequences found in the genomes of prokaryotic organisms such as
Yeah,
bacteria and archaea. These sequences are derived from DNA, so it's pretty much when you like mess around with a certain with the genes, with the DNA strands, and
Wait, I'm confused. I'm lost. How's this? Sucks.
because
so
because
CRISPR is like it's a format like how to explain this? It's a device kind of that is used. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ahmed, because I was kind of confused when they were teaching this in class, but like it's a device that actually changes parts of the DNA. Like if you have a certain disease or something like that. Like for example, I think for example if you have like some disease that runs in the family, for example uh cancer or some shit like that. Cancer is probably not the best example, but cancers, for example, if you have cancer that runs in your family, I think CRISPR allows it to like like not completely but alter some of the effects like later down in the family tree, like cancer won't be as big as it was. Or like if you have baldness in the family, you could it allows it's gene editing, so it edits that part out so it's not as effective later in the in later in the generation. So they have they have it on the market. I don't know how much it's going for, but yeah,
Okay,
what
so
were you
it's a
saying?
company that's like working on that.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Never doubt yourself, Mikey. You're
thank
right.
you, thank you. But yeah, what are some companies that you are investing in though, or that you find to be uh beneficial for you, or will be beneficial?
Well, something that people don't really understand is there will be a financial crisis coming pretty soon. Why I say this, for one reason, is inflation that has happened. Inflation, because we have printed billions. Well, the president has printed billions of US dollars and now it's losing its value. That's one. Second, and why he did this? He did this so the stock market can be up. That's why he did that. Okay, first. Second, the stock market has been its all-time high. Like if you look at the performance for 2020, it has been so high. Think about it. Norwegian Cruise Line, their ship, they have their business is not even running. How is their share price even going up at all? In fact, they should be going down, but they're going up. Why? Because it's all controlled. Stock market's all controlled. Why do you think the government hates Bitcoin? Because they can't control Bitcoin. Bitcoin controls itself apparently. I mean, the people control Bitcoin. I don't know. Like, I think it depends on buying and selling. So the more you buy, the more higher it goes. Something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
supply and demand.
Yeah, supply and demand, basically.
speaking of Bitcoin, you told me that you've actually mined Bitcoin before.
Yeah, I have. It's really not worth it. I say this because, well, I mined Bitcoin on my computer before. I got 58 cents, I believe, 50, and I have a GTX 1080
What the hell
Ti.
is
I'm
that?
pretty sure it's
So
a
it's really
graphics
hard
card.
to mine Bitcoin.
It's
Well, I mean,
What's
it's
the
not
yeah.
process?
hard
What's the
to mine it, but
process?
it takes a lot to do it.
What's
Like,
the process that goes through Bitcoin? Like if I'm gonna go mine Bitcoin right now, what would I need? What would I see? And what will I be doing?
Well, for starters, you need to have a powerful computer. I mean, you can mine on your CPU, but wait, Mikey, what kind of computer do you have?
Right now I'm talking to you on a Mac desktop, but right now I have a Mac desktop and Mac laptop, and my brother has a gaming PC. I think it's called Maverick. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
I don't know.
So you can actually mine Bitcoin on your Mac, but it would be on your CPU. I don't recommend it on your. I don't recommend. I don't recommend mining Bitcoin on your Mac. I don't recommend that. I would suggest if you have a gaming PC of some sort, I think it's a good idea to do it on that. But overall, I feel like it's not. You're not really. It's not a good return. You know why I say this? Because think about it, you're gonna mine Bitcoin, right? Overnight, how much you're gonna get? Probably $1.58 or whatever. We don't know. But think about your electric bill too. You have to keep that in account. Yeah, you might say, "Oh, I don't care. My dad's paying it." But let's just say, for instance, we cut that expense. We add that expense from your how much you made. So let's say how much wattage. Let's say around like 500 watts wattage, right? Um, it's gonna be hard to kind of calculate. But if I did it overnight, 500 wattage would probably be like I think like 60 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents, probably overnight.
So what's the? You want me to use the calculator right now?
I really don't even know how to calculate, but there'll be some. I think it's like there's like a website I guess that has it, but that's not really that important right now. But I'm just saying, it's not really such a good return. But I know like the more Bitcoin that gets mined, the more complex it gets to mine it.
Yeah,
So
I was talking about that. Like, oh, when we were recording before, I mean, we stopped that recording, but like, um, in 2009 or 10 or whatever, when it first came out, um, Bitcoin, there's 21 million Bitcoins, and as they get mined, it gets harder and harder to mine. Right now, I think 18 million of the Bitcoins have been mined, but they're saying that the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. So in like 100 years from now, because there's only 3 million left, but it just gets harder and harder. But I'm actually not sure how the actual mining works.
it's
Can you tell
actually
me about that?
complex math equations actually that your computer uses all its power, all its might, just to figure out this Bitcoin equation. So that's why it gets harder and harder and harder because it has to solve all these math equations. And to solve these math equations, they push it at its max. That's why your electric bill is always so high when you're Bitcoin mining, because it pushes to your. You know when you're playing a video game, right? It doesn't actually take up full wattage unless it's just. That's I don't know what you're doing. If you're just playing a normal game, you shouldn't be taking up full all your wattage, you know. But if you're mining Bitcoin, it's gonna pull it at its all max. So that's why So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's actually like thinking about it, I just don't really, like, I can't really process it. But
Honestly, buying and selling is just so much better.
it is. And
It's
then,
so much better.
you know, like you've seen the facilities that mine Bitcoin, right? Like
Yeah,
they have these huge computers and like aisles of them. I don't even know if they probably get a good return on those, but
I think so.
I'd
yeah,
hope
they
so.
they do, but think how much years you also have to keep this in account too. They eventually have to pay that off, because look how much. Okay, so let's say $20,000 worth of those machines that they have. You have to keep an account. They have solar panels they add. They have fans that they have to add. They have to add all these. Think about all the work you have to set up all those computers just to Bitcoin. It's also a lot of labor work.
They're probably mining other cryptos too, like Litecoin maybe. Litecoin is like the silver of cryptocurrency, and I'd say Bitcoin is the gold.
Speaking of cryptocurrencies, Ahmed, have you heard of supposedly I think it's a cryptocurrency, this new and upcoming currency called Taz, TAAS.
Taz, yeah, I've heard of Taz.
Oh, do you know much about it? Because like I did some research and I don't really know. I have like a thing pulled up right now that I'm gonna read from. But like if you before I read it, like if you know any information about it, I'd rather you say it and then I like read.
I don't really know much about Taz, but I heard about Taz. So I was watching YouTube from Stephen Graham, I'm pretty sure. And he was talking about
Oh, awesome.
Taz. It's like the thing I have it on my phone. Wait a second. I think it's on Weevil. Wait a
Oh,
sec.
you've invested in it already?
No, 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 I've not invested in it. I invest more towards the big cryptocurrencies because remember, XRP, XRP. There was a lawsuit for that,
I have
and
no
so
clue what XRP
so that's
is.
why investing in the smaller cryptocurrencies is a bit more, dangerous. I don't know. It's up to you, honestly. Like
So wait,
Dogecoin.
I don't really like that either.
why would it
Yeah.
be dangerous to invest into smaller cryptocurrencies?
Because think about it. it's easier for these. It's easier for the government to take down these small cryptocurrencies. Like, look at XRP. XRP is being suspended on Coinbase. Why? Because of a lawsuit or something that happened because, well, someone had the
Staged.
yeah, I don't know, man. Someone just like got pissed. They just like,
Also, the
filed a
smaller
lawsuit.
cryptocurrencies, I feel like in the foreseeable future, like it would be smarter to buy something like Litecoin because the smaller cryptos, I mean, like I'd rather put my money on something that's been around for a long time and actually has something to like show for other than or as opposed to like a crypto that could just go to zero, you know?
Well, here, I'm just going to read what it is so far, though. But like TAS stands for Testing as a Service. In other words, it is an outsourcing model in which a service provider, rather than employees, performs testing activities. Dot dot dot. Blah 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 blah.
So
Searching
it's not a
costs.
crypto.
It says it is. I don't think this is the right definition, but it said that it was a crypto. Is it a cryptocurrency? Is it crypto?
Let me look it up. Let me
I'm
look it up.
pretty
I
sure it
don't think
was.
so.
I know in that it didn't sound like it, but I'm pretty sure I saw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I keep seeing stuff where it says it's like an organization, but then it also says it's a new form of crypto. But I don't know.
Oh,
Um,
Ryan, what brokers do you use? Do you use Thinkorswim or
I use
do you use
Schwab.
Robinhood?
I use Schwab too.
Schwab.
You use Schwab, so you can
Yeah.
invest in Bitcoin with Schwab.
Yeah, they don't like I use Schwab because I like their rates. I mean, they only take a few cents per contract, so
Oh, so okay. Well, I thought I was going crazy, bro. Wait, so I have a question to ask you actually. So on Robinhood, when I was looking for an option to buy a call, it said the break-even price was a bit increased. I don't know why, but the break-even price was increased. You know why the break-even price was?
yeah, so um the break-even price. Okay, so I'll just give an example and hopefully this will help you. But like if you buy an option for 50 cents, like so $50, and then the let's say the price of the stock is $10, your strike price is 15, your break-even price is gonna be 15.50. So yeah,
I got it.
you get that.
Yeah, yeah. You know fees. I gotta pay fees, bro.
Yeah, no, but also like sometimes you can make like profit even before the stock hits the strike price because the value of the contract goes up
Yeah.
because the
You know how to
demand
do
is
a
higher.
debit spread? I heard about debit spread. Do you know what that is? I mean, do you know how to
Um,
do that?
it's when like it's kind of like a hedge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I mean, when I trade options, I don't know. Like, have you heard of QS,
QS? Yeah, isn't that
QuantumScape?
EV company?
Yeah, it recently IPO'd. So
Yeah, I know.
that company, I've actually been looking at that a lot, and when I look at it, it just doesn't make sense because the market cap was like 33 billion, and they haven't sold one battery yet,
Dude, I'm telling you, bro,
and
right now.
it's selling an idea. Okay, so I was looking at this company, I was like, there's no way, and it went up to like 115, and the market cap was like 33 billion, and I was like, this doesn't make
Yo, I'm
sense.
gonna
So
tell you right now,
I was really expecting,
this is not gonna be a fun episode for people. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well,
I guess
okay,
this
so
episode is for the elite. So
So should we just
let's break
honestly?
this down. Let's break this
Do
down.
you want to explain it, or do you want to
yeah,
like?
sure, I'll try.
Okay,
So
hold on. Before you explain it, we're back. Sorry, some quick technical difficulties. So, yeah, you guys were talking about some shit, and I know, like, I was just thinking, like, I understand most of the stuff that you guys were saying, but then there was also like some stuff that I didn't really get. But then I just thought like the people who are gonna
here,
listen to this.
how about you ask us when you don't understand something? Because you don't know as much, so it's like you could represent the average
No, I
viewer.
mean, but like right now, so far, I understand a good part of what you guys are saying,
All
but
right, well, if there's something that like
like there's
you
other
think is
people that are gonna listen
questionable,
to
no, if
this,
you think
they're
something's
gonna have no
questionable,
clue.
just ask us.
Okay,
Like
so IPO. What is an IPO?
initial public offering.
Okay, see, nigga,
Well,
why do you have to say it like that? IPO, in other words, is when a company just becomes, well, not a
when a
new
company
company,
goes
but a company
public, and
goes
you can,
public. So that's what you probably would have you should have said instead of initial public offering.
You have to simplify things for
Yeah,
him.
you gotta simplify it. So yeah, when they say IPO, they're really talking about just this. What the hell is that? Okay, the sequence of events of going private to public. And when it says someone buys IPO in a certain company, they're just talking about that they bought shares from a company that just became public. And that's usually when the shares are the lowest, and then that's when well, for the most part, right?
Well, no, not really when it's the lowest, because um, like before you IPO, you need to find people to invest in your company, like big investors. And I actually don't know how they put out like the first price. But yeah, I mean, it depends on the amount of shares you're gonna put out and that type of stuff. But um, when you IPO, it usually goes up for a bit after the IPO, but then it starts going down. I don't know.
Okay.
It's always different, but
But like, so I just want to take it from the back. That sounds really. I just want to like rewind. I just want to rewind.
Hey,
So
yo.
I just want to rewind and start from the top again. That way we could like actually like decipher every little thing that like explain what it is so the listeners listen to it because I want it to
wait,
be
is the
somewhat
first part
informational.
gonna go in like the
Yeah,
last? Okay,
the first part may go in actually, just depending on how
okay,
good this is. But like, yeah, so
okay.
like,
So here, wait. Let's just not put that in. Let's just re-talk about everything.
all right, well, welcome back to another episode of the Mikey Quinn Legacy Podcast. It's your host, Mikey Q, and I'm here with Ryan Jamshidi, and we're kind of rushing because we filmed like 20, 10, 30 minutes before this, and it was just really confusing. We were talking about stocks, and it was just too confusing, and we didn't want to confuse you guys, so we just decided to just do a new take and like actually go over what we are talking about, but decipher it a
Elaborate
bit
more.
more. Yeah. We have special guest Ahmed here. Ahmed, he goes to my school. Not gonna say the school, but he's
It's cool.
a up and coming investor. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I want this episode to be more of a just informational. It's not gonna be like the other episodes because I've been telling everyone I want to have like not just funny guests, but I want to have like, you know, smart guests and just I want to be diverse. I want to go everywhere from someone that someone may not like to someone that they may love and like just go all around the spectrum. And today's episode is stocks. We it's kind of ironic.
Stock talk.
Stock talk. It's kind of ironic because I was talking to Ryan last Sunday about stocks. We were talking about stocks and how like I was going to pursue interest in investing. And then I go back to school for the first week of school. Um first time or first week in like
Going
first
back
time in forever going
after
back
break.
in person after break. I meet up with Ahmed again, and me and Ahmed just start talk about stocks during lunch. He introduces me to a couple of brokers, Webull for example, and he just teaches me the basics. And then I have my own personal guy who I talk to, and he teaches me a bunch of other stuff too. But investing is something that we all started doing, and I think we're all starting at the right age. And even earlier could have been better, but right now it's perfect. And it's something that I feel like more people should be doing because I mean, it's a great way to just get ready to set your life.
Ahmed, you're 14, right?
But no, I'm well, it's almost turning 16 this August, but
Oh, my
Holy
bad. Yo,
what?
Mikey told me you're 14. I was
I thought you
confused.
were
no,
I thought
no,
he's a
I'm not
freshman, so
14.
I thought he was like,
No, I got held back one grade because I kept on switching schools.
I
Okay,
get
I'm
you.
14.
Yeah, I'm 18. You can ask Ryan's sister. But yeah, before we get into
Yeah.
anything, Ahmed, how are
So
you
funny.
doing?
I'm chilling, be happy.
That's
That's
good.
good. So,
Yeah.
how you liking school so far?
School is pretty chill, just you gotta keep up third quarter, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, maybe quarter two is good, quarter one was good, but I'm telling you, coming after Christmas break was just pain. It was just I
Was
can't do it.
I still do online school full time, so
I can't do it,
very
man.
hard to do.
I have to get into the routine of doing homework. Like, dude,
I mean, honestly, like for Spanish, for example, that's like easy homework though, because like I don't watch the video, the super sites.
but she grades them based on completion, so like you have to
Yeah,
kind of
no, I
watch.
still answer. I already know the answers. Like I just press the right answers. But
Oh, so you just autoplay the video, bro,
yeah, I don't need to watch a video of something that I learned for a whole hour and 40 minutes in class. So
bro.
yeah. But yeah, school's not that bad for me either though. Or it's not that bad for me. I'm like you guys. But fuck that. Let's just get into the nitty gritty stocks, man. Um, this time let's actually try to, make it a bit more rated G than PG-13. For those people that don't really know stocks that well. And here's my
Oh,
question for you. What's the
dude, wait. Can we just take a pause for a second? I just
Dude,
sorry
on
about that,
in
Ryan.
math I got an 89 on the finals on the midterm. I got an
I
89
got
in
an
math.
80. I think I got an 89 too.
You did?
I think I got an
No
89 too.
way. Bro, I
Yeah.
got an 89 in that class.
Um.
My total I got like a 95. My total semester one.
Oh
Jump.
dang.
So
I'm just hoping that like some I don't know. I'm just hoping that my grade goes in. I mean, it stays in it or go. I don't know. I hope I finish with an A.
Hopefully.
Mike,
Because
Um.
this wasn't a final. I can still probably do something, but
yo,
yeah.
Mikey, chill. Yo, Mikey.
So where were we? Let's go into stocks now, man. Let's take it from the very beginning. Um. For example, why would someone invest?
To make
Well,
money. Why else?
well,
I'm
not
asking
just
the
that.
guest.
Well, not just that. I mean, you want to invest for multiple reasons. You want to first, why do you buy a stock? Well, why do you buy a stock? Question
To
mark.
make money. Why
No,
else?
no, not just make money to hold your assets too. Let's say you
To
have a
make
million.
money.
Yeah, to make money and also hold your assets. Why do you think people buy? Why do you think people buy home real estate? Why? Yeah, to make money, but also to build equity too. People want to build equity. That's why they renovate homes. That's why they have rental properties to build equity. Because later on, you could sell that house. You would have to kick out the tenant, and then you would have to kind of sell it to build equity. Yeah, you can do that too. But that's just kind of mean to
What
your
is
tenants.
equity?
Equity is value. It's value when you build over time. So let's say I buy my house for $100,000, okay? And to simplify things for everyone out there, I renovated for 20,000, but see, it depends on the real estate market. So it can be a seller's market, a buyer's market. It's confusing. I don't want to mix it up. What I'm trying to say is equity is just value you build for your
Over
house.
time.
Yeah, over time. Kind of like gold, how gold, it goes up in value over time.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
You
house,
build
but like
equity.
the real estate market, I'm gonna get into real estate as soon as I can.
Yeah.
But so next thing is so we talked about equity and we talked about why someone would invest. What is now they're investing into stocks. What exactly is stocks?
Shares
Stocks.
in a company,
Yeah, shares. Certain amount
um,
of shares in a company. Yeah.
And shares are
like ownership in the company.
A little
so
piece of the company.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, like if you buy a share, you're owning a part of that company, a very small portion of that
Yeah,
company, depending on
Yes,
how much you
sir.
buy.
yeah.
Sure.
And shares usually have a starting price and then they go up over time or they can go down. It just depends on how the market's doing, how that company's doing, and what's happening around the world,
Supply and demand.
supply and demand. So there's certain techniques when you're investing too. You don't just want to invest and buy whatever company you think is like Apple. It's really popular. Oh my God, I'm gonna invest in Apple. Now, it may be a good idea, but like first of all, one, can you afford it? Two, is the company really doing as you really think it was in 2010? And three, is there three? I don't know three, but research is something that's very important. I don't know if you guys want to add on to it, but you really got to do your research whenever you're
I
investing.
was going to add on to your thing about not being able to afford it. If you're not able to afford it, you don't have to own a full. You don't have to own full one share. You can always buy fractional shares. So let's say I was buying Apple right now. Apple. This is not true, but right
Here,
now,
I'll just pull it up.
let's say
Apple's
as
like
an
120 something,
let's
isn't
say
it?
let's say as an
200.
It's
example.
$132 per share.
Yeah,
God, sorry.
Apple 132. So what's 132 divided by 2? 132 divided
20.
by 2. 20. Wait, what?
132.66.
It's,
All right, 66. Yeah. So you can put 66
You can own
$66 in.
half a share for
Yeah.
$66.
Or you can own a quarter of a share, or you can own less than a quarter. You can own as low as $1 of a share. $1,
Yeah. So,
I actually did
um,
not know about this. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. So I thought this only worked for cryptocurrencies. Actually, I didn't know this worked for
No,
actual
it
shares.
worked. Like for
Yeah.
Cash App, I know for Cash App, that's what I did. I just put fractional shares into big companies. I mean,
So pretty much a fractional share for the people that don't really understand is it's when you really can afford one full share, so you buy a portion of it. You
Yeah.
buy parts of that one share. And
And you
again,
just get
one
a
share,
portion of the profit.
yeah, and again, one share is one ownership, like one small ownership of the company, a percentage of the company.
Hmm.
So the more shares that you buy, usually the more that you're putting at risk, the more money that you can make and the more money that you can lose. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. But then we also talked about, we mentioned Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency, or Bitcoin, for example. Ahmed, you want to speak on Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Oh yeah. Right now, I think the Bitcoin. I think like I'm not a financial advisor or anything, but I feel like Bitcoin right now would be such a great idea to invest in. But it's so volatile. Everyone has to understand Bitcoin can one day go to zero. Yeah, some
You're
people
right. Let's
say
talk about volatility for a second.
yeah, volatility is pretty high. Volatility.
So
Or
what
like
is volatility?
Volatility is, I guess you can say, the motion. I guess so. Like
like the potential, or I don't know,
So
here
like the
in
movement of the
simple
market?
terms, like potential to move a lot. Yeah. So if you're buying a really volatile stock, or volatility is, it can be good and bad when
So
you're
is
investing.
volatility like kind of like, I don't know what the right word, like an
very
autist.
active. It's very
Oh,
No,
it's
they,
very
well, I
like
think
it could
it's
it can either be really high or really low any second.
I think the
yeah. Any
technical terms
second.
is volatility index, or implied volatility. That's what it
So
is.
implied volatility
IV. So
index or just implied
no, it's just
volatility.
implied volatility, and like the way I think of it is like um on the market, it usually shows a stock and it shows the implied volatility, and it gives you a unit, like a number. But I was confused, and then like the way that I kind of started learning it is like my dad told me to think of it as temperature. So if the implied volatility is really high, um, that means the option, or I'm not going to talk about options, but it means it has the potential to move a lot. Like if the implied volatility is 200, it can, like, it's very high. But if it's like 50, 40, 0, I don't know, don't expect it to move a lot.
So pretty much it's the movement of the actual pricing of of does implied volatility only work for cryptocurrencies or does it work
No,
for
everything.
okay, so pretty much implied volatility is what is the movement of the pricing, whether it's going high or low. And you said that it's a unit, meaning that like the implied volatility can be like it's a number, not a percentage, obviously. So if the higher the number, the more that the money's growing, the more that the company's growing. And
No,
then
no, the higher the number, like the higher the volatility. So the more it can move, like it can move up or down a lot.
oh, so like the more possibility of it moving.
Yeah.
And so yeah, for those because this one's it can get kind of confusing. Implied volatility is when, correct me if I'm wrong, implied volatility is the higher the number of the implied volatility, the higher chance of it moving. Not meaning that it's going to move up, moving that meaning that it can move up or down. Does that also mean like the effect that it could raise or the effect that it could drop? Like the higher, like will the higher the implied volatility, the higher it could drop or the higher it could go up, or is it just the higher chance of it going up slightly
No,
or
no, no.
majorly,
The higher the implied volatility, the more it can move, like up or down. Like, yeah.
slightly or majorly? Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Just it moving.
if you take a $50 stock and have like a $40 or 40 implied volatility, it's like it's only expected to move like not that much. But
Not that much.
if it's like 200, you can expect a few dollars at least.
Okay. Or lose a few dollars.
Yeah.
But going back, cryptocurrencies, Ahmed, you want to speak a bit more on that?
Yeah, cryptocurrency. So people say like Litecoin could possibly be the next Bitcoin. Now I don't know if this is true. Like
That's what I think. I'm buying it on Litecoin because
Litecoin.
I don't know if I were to invest in anything right now, it'd be Litecoin. It's in a frenzy right now too, so I see it going up to 1,000 by the end of next year.
Yeah, I mean Bitcoin. I think it's a pretty good buy right now, but it's pretty. It's people say I'll never trade beneath 20,000, which yeah could be true. Yeah, and I think a lot of companies, and I'll tell you why it's shooting up so much right now. It's because J.P. Morgan, all these companies, Tesla. I'm sorry, not Tesla. Sorry, Elon Musk. They're all investing in Bitcoin, and that's why Bitcoin is shooting up for like the past everyone as interest grows. A lot of countries, a lot of a lot of countries like let's say Turkey, Turkey. There's I think Switzerland, Sweden. There's like a lot of European countries that are looking into Bitcoin. Why? Because their currency is going down. China at first, China was accepting Bitcoin as a currency, so Bitcoin could possibly become a currency, and that
Like a
could,
federal currency.
yeah, like a currency, like you could pay with Bitcoin, which is
Yeah.
thing you can pay with Bitcoin. Yeah, you can do that,
So
but
pretty much, yeah, Bitcoin is a could be a new type of currency. It is
I
something
mean,
that
it
started.
already is a.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, but it's something that what was the exact year? Was it 2010 when it's no? When was the exact year?
2009, I think, or
Okay, so Bitcoin was something that started in 2009, we think.
something around that.
It was created by a group of people, but they have some code name, some Japanese name. I forgot the guy's name. I'm not
Satoshi
Satoshi
Namakoto. I, I don't know what.
Yeah,
Nakamoto.
is it a group or is it one guy?
We
I
don't
thought it
know.
It's a
was.
group. No, it's a group. Like, how's that possible? One
Yeah, that's
guy.
what I was. Yeah,
It's a
that's.
group. It's a
So
group.
yeah, it's a
Definitely a
group
group.
of people who made up this fake name and put it on a fake person name or this actual person named Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever his name is. And everyone thought that this guy created Bitcoin, but in fact he was just some dude who worked who was a he worked for the he did something he was part of some financial group or something for the government or something like that. But everyone thought it was him, but he said no, it wasn't. But pretty much Bitcoin is a type of currency started in 2009 and it's really popular now because well I mean it just shot up majorly but over time though obviously at first it was a
Yeah, for
couple
reference, in 2009, it was trading at like a you
$300
could
for sure.
no, you could buy 300 bitcoins for $1 in
300
2009.
bitcoins for $1 now in 2021 one bitcoin is worth for over $40,000 one bitcoin is worth 40,000 dollars
Yeah,
so
that's insane.
you could
It's
have
crazy. I feel like the only way that someone could become a billionaire or like a multi-millionaire or 100 millionaire, I don't know, off of Bitcoin is if you would have bought it in 2009, like put a few $100s, maybe a few thousand. If you put a few thousand, you'd have to have a lot of trust, but even a few $100 into Bitcoin, even $100, you'd have over 10 million uh, easily. But um, because $100 would be 30,000 Bitcoins. All right.
And to add on to your thing, to how to be, to become a millionaire or whatever, a multimillionaire. Um, in my opinion, I
No,
feel like
but wait, before you like say it, because I don't want to confuse you, but what I was gonna say is I feel like the only way someone could have became a multimillionaire or has become a multimillionaire off of Bitcoin is literally by buying it and forgetting about it. Because there's no
they just
way,
kept it in for so long.
yeah, there's no way I would keep Bitcoin through everything. If I bought it at one or 300th of a cent or whatever I'm saying, I don't even know what I'm saying. If I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, I would have sold it. If I bought Bitcoin at 1 penny, I would have sold it at 2 pennies. Like there's no way I've kept it till it hits 40K. So I think the only way um get rich off of it, well, I mean anyone could get rich off of it, but like the only way you
Unless
buy
you're
it in 2009 and
extremely
have it now
motivated
is
and
literally if you
patient
forget
or
or if
if
you
you
have that
forgot.
much trust into it, but I really doubt that.
But I mean, it was even like 2008, the Wall Street, the Big Short. I don't know, I saw a movie off of it. But supposedly, I think I talked to you about this, Ahmed. But there is
yeah, you did.
what's his name, Mark Baum, and Michael Burry. Where the hell did I get Mark Baum? Michael Burry, and he made bets around. There was he predicted a major market crash or a real estate crash in the real estate market and he I think he made bets with several banks and he made multiple $1 million bets with several banks that there was going to be a crash and then no one believed him. They all thought he was crazy and sure enough it happened and he predicted it and just made well over $700 million. Like I think it's a couple hundred million more, but like I know it's for sure over $700 million. And I don't know, it was just an incredible story. But you were saying something before.
Yeah, this is something I really want to talk about because I feel like it's very important, and a lot of people want to avoid this. You know how there's so much, Mike. You know this, Ryan. You know this. A lot of people right now, ever since COVID hit, a lot of people have been getting into stocks. Like probably, I'd say like I don't even know how percentage, but there's a lot of people getting into stocks now.
Wait, Ahmed, when did you start trading? Actually, I didn't ask you this.
Me, I started trading around, I think August.
Yeah, I
August.
was around the same time. I started learning in September, and I made my first trades in November.
I first here's what I did to learn, actually, like to prepare myself. I remember in August I started right, and I did paper trading, and for me, I felt like it was my own money, so it really hurt. But I later on trained myself,
Well,
and
explain to them what paper trading is if they don't know
so
already.
It's pretty
paper
much
trading,
trading. Well, you explain it.
Fake money. It's just fake money.
it's just fake. Everything is the same except fake. It's just fake money, and you can't buy options. You can only buy call. I'm
No, you
sorry,
can buy options.
you can.
I don't think so.
I can buy
All right,
It
options.
you know,
depends on
okay,
what your
you
broker is, I think.
dude, you gotta show me how to open an account on Ameritrade or Thinkorswim without putting my actual social security number because I just can't do that.
Yeah,
I,
I did
yeah,
it.
I was confused about that too, but I ended up doing it.
I'm pretty sure I did it. I didn't have to put
Wait,
any
you
information.
you gotta show me after this. I'm just saying.
All right.
Oh, but
Uh,
continue what you're saying.
so do you want to know about paper? Do you want to know paper trading or?
No, no, no. You were saying something about like teaching
Like
yourself
how
how
you
to.
started.
Oh, how I started. So yeah, in August, what I did was I just prepared my emotions. Like really, it really hits your emotions really hard. Wait,
Actually, can I add something before you continue?
yeah, yeah.
Trading is like very emotional. Like the market, I feel like the market moves with emotions. People's emotions control their trading. Like if you're
Totally.
having a red day, if you're having a bad day, just step away and stop making trades because like your emotions really control
It's gambling.
the
It's
moves you
legal
make.
gambling. So like it's just like when you're
Well,
playing
not
poker or
always
blackjack.
gambling, but
But
it's
like
not really
it's
like
the same
it can
mentality.
it does have gambling like
If
involved.
you're
Yeah,
you're mad and greedy and you really want more money, you're gonna put more money on. You're gonna make
yeah, and
more
that's what it is.
bets.
Like if you have a loss, you're like, oh, let me just do it again and I can get all my money back.
But
It's agreed.
but you can't control the market. So you
The
can only
government
predict it.
does.
I also think celebrities do too in a way.
Yeah, because they can tweet out some crap, bro.
For
Like,
Elon
example,
Musk tweeted he
Elon
tweeted
Musk is
Doge and it
Doge.
went up 20%.
yo, that's what I bought Doge for my mom. Actually, look, like, I literally
I
bought
think
Doge.
Dogecoin is bullshit. I would
It
have
is,
never.
it is, but I guess if you're just gonna buy and sell very shortly, it's not that bad. Here, I think I have. I think I can show you guys. So, like
It's another
the
cryptocurrency, by the way.
Dogecoin. I have Dogecoin right now. My mom gave me like a Robin account or whatever, so I can just do trades.
How many do you have?
I have like 2,000. I'm making $2 right now.
It's less
So,
than a cent, right? All right.
right now, yeah, no, it's right now cent. I bought it when it was less than a cent. So right now,
Dogecoin right now is the previous close was 1 cent.
yeah, right now it's at 1 cent. Right now it's at 1 cent. I bought it was like 90 0.0090.
The 52-week range was 1 cent again. Wait, so it went up 20%. So is Dogecoin like a new cryptocurrency or is this like
No, it's been
No, it's like a joke. Like
honestly, Dogecoin is like the stupidest thing to buy. I'm sorry to say. It's
yeah, I was
just
gonna
the
say it
name
is a
is
joke because I'm
Dogecoin.
looking
Like
at it right now and I'm looking at
it's
the
called
stats.
Dogecoin. Like you can't expect it.
dude,
So
for
the thing about
months it's been still.
okay, here's the thing. You can't really expect something under 1 cent to move that much because think of it this way.
That's where I'm about to counter
One
you.
cent no. Listen, Mikey. 1 cent to 2 cents is like a company that's doubling um the market cap. That's like a $500 stock going to $1,000. You can't like
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is
don't
like that.
expect that.
It's just that's true. But then again, like
Man.
Like, I
when you
was thinking
when
about
that when
that.
that
I was thinking
happens,
about that. I was like, why not just buy a bunch of like why not just buy like 10,000 penny stocks and hope it doubles?
Dude, you don't know
But
Elon, bro. Elon tripping.
yeah. But here's the
no,
thing though. When you're investing in a company, you don't want to invest in a company like if it's low like that, like if the shares are really that cheap, it's either for two reasons. One, the company just really ass, or two, because the company is just brand new. And you can like, for example, I invested in a company called Champion, Champion. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's pretty much this company, a pharmaceutical company, surrounds more around the psychedelics, and in a couple of states have started legalizing it in America. And I did this just based off of my own research. I bought a couple hundred shares in it. Uh, Psychedelics is
when you say
something
research, what do you mean?
like research. Like I did research on
Like
like I've been doing research on psychedelics, and it's just ironic because like
no,
when
no, I was talking about the stock, not
oh no,
psychedelic.
I didn't do that. I didn't. No, I wasn't talking about that type of research. I was talking about just like research onto the actual product itself. And psychedelics is something that has been something that's always been seen as terrible. Psychedelics such as LSD, acid,
I think if drugs
shrooms.
are decriminalized, your stock could go
Yeah, I
south.
mean, it started off with cannabis.
I actually bought I bought shares in, or I bought calls for SNDL, which is a cannabis stock after Biden won,
yeah,
and I had like 1,000 off of it, and
I
then
mean,
Bro, it
and
probably
then
went up
it
even
went to
more
nothing.
because the
Uh,
Senate and the House is probably gonna go up even more.
I don't know. Well, I bought it like I had a ton of contracts for it, and then I made my money, and then I just got out of it, and then it just went like like it just went down a ton after I got out, so I got out a good time.
but I mean, for the psychedelics though, like, I used the same mentality that I did with cannabis. I thought like, yo, so like cannabis is just now becoming legalized, and company or states are allowing it to be used all over the like across America. So I remember like, yo, wait, so this is happening. And then like the same thing with psychedelics too, because like this is something where recent studies have been proving that it helps with people with post-traumatic stress disorder. They're starting therapy in a couple states where it's legalized, where they help actually cure like certain disorders or certain mental blockages that someone has. And it's just that's incredible. And I think if it is going to become legal, it's going to probably be only legal for medical use. I don't think they're going to trust people to walk around popping
Obviously.
shrooms. What was that?
I said obviously.
Okay, you said obviously. Yeah, obviously. I mean, like, yeah. Um, but yeah, right. It's something that I think people should start investing in now. I'm not sure. It's my opinion. It's not gonna go anywhere until much later though, because
So, when you bought into the company, were you looking at the charts or what?
I was. I also looked at. I was looking more at the executive team
And
and also the
what kind of charts do you read?
shit. Let me pull it up.
Because I usually look at candlesticks.
After
Like
after
I
he
day
talks about
when I day trade, I just look at candlesticks and like just read the patterns.
what Mikey's done talking about his stock, I want to talk about something too that could
All right.
possibly help a lot of people.
Like what did you like? You mentioned executive team. Is that what you said?
I think that's what they call it.
Like
I'm gonna check it
I
right
don't know
now.
what you're talking about when you said that.
Like so when I go to a like when I'm purchasing a stock in a company, I look at how much the here I look at the revenue and let me just pull it up right here. I
the
got it right here.
earnings.
You
Yeah,
also
the
The
you
earnings.
can
earnings.
also look at
I
the
look at the
volume
market
too.
capitalization. I look at
Yeah,
the
the
market
volume is
capitalization.
but when like for options or I don't know when I trade it. Like sometimes I buy options before earning reports, just based off of speculation.
I mean,
I don't really do it that much because I don't know. Like sometimes you find really good stuff, but also volume is a very like big part of trading.
when I was talking about executive team, I just look at the executive team to see like if they have like a reasonable executive team to show that it's an actual company instead of just like a group of guys that think that this would be cool to start something in their basement. So
Okay, yeah. Well,
yeah.
but you mentioned it like it was like a very big indicator when you said it the other day.
No, I didn't mean it to be. It's just something. It's like one of my go-tos to check on things.
Well, yeah, you need to see if the company is reputable. Like I don't know, for QS when it was up to 115 and it had zero sales and $33 billion market cap, I knew something was up, so I bought the calls and the calls went well actually. But
Yeah. Ahmed, you were
or
talking
not
about something.
calls, I meant puts.
You were talking about something, Ahmed?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about something that could possibly like this topic could probably screw a bunch of people over. So as I was saying, right now in 2020, the stock market literally like flew like the best years. Like if you look at the performance gains, the performance has been so good. It's a bubble. It just the whole stock market's a bubble, and when this happens, it's eventually gonna pop, right? The bubble's eventually gonna pop, and that'll lead to financial crisis. That'll lead to a market crash. That's what I'm trying to say to people. That right now, don't. It's not really a smart idea to just pull like a bunch of money or like $1 million. I would say, or probably just like 100,000. Like, don't put so much money into something because there will be a crash coming probably this year.
Well, actually, I mean, for me, it doesn't like phase me that much because I don't trade long positions that much, and also, like,
Yeah, for you it's different.
I think I perform well in a bearish market. Actually, for the average viewer, bullish is when the market like generally is moving up,
The smartest thing to do
and
right
bearish is
now,
when it's going
I would
down.
say probably buy some stocks or buy some of an ETF like VIX, like an
UVXY,
ETF.
UVXY is good for when the market is doing bad.
Yeah, UVXY. I know about UVXY. My dad does UVXY actually. That's why
What
I
is
know.
you? What is that? UVXY.
UVXY. It's an ETF, so it's technically destruction. So the more bad stuff that happens in the world, the more higher it shoots
Yeah,
up.
like when people are fearful.
Yeah, when fear. Yeah, you're good at this, Ryan. Dang, you're good.
Thank you, thank you.
So it's pretty much. So it's an ETF. You said.
Yeah, it's a fear ETF. So like for example, when the mutation came out in UK and South Africa, UVXY shot up to $12, I believe. I don't know how long. I think it shot up to $13. It shot up somewhere around there. And then when there was a riot at the White House, it went up to $11.
Dude, before the election, I bought UVXY calls, and the strike price. This was when it was like $20, and I bought the strike price like 25, something like that. But nothing. It just went down, and I lost like $450 on it, which is really sad.
Dang.
But
Oh
I
my
know
god.
I know it was bad, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
UVXY
I
buying a
recovered.
call. Honestly, I would say probably buy some long-term calls for UVXY because you can make
Oh,
actual bank.
now what's a call though?
A call is when you're predicting it's gonna go up.
Okay, I see.
In the simplest terms,
Yeah, simplest terms.
because like
Um.
it's options, and options are very it's
Oh,
not
let's not
Options.
even
easy to
talk about
explain.
options. Let's not even talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
It's
options.
like a premium strike exercise. It's very
Man,
complicated.
It's
you're
not
already
easy
making
to
the brain start.
explain.
I think the best way I could probably try to like break it down, and you guys could help me too. It's just like honestly, how would I explain this?
Mike, you know what I says for you, Mikey? I think you should go on YouTube and just look up. I think you go on YouTube and just look up what are options and how do I do options. Honestly, like what are options? Let's look at
The
what are options.
the
It's
biggest
like putting out stocks
struggle
for
for the biggest struggle for me when I started trading was knowing where to start. Like I
yeah.
had no clue where to start, and like my dad taught me everything because he's good at trading. And I was just like shadow him while he traded and stuff. And yeah, without him, like I don't think like it would be as easy for me to trade.
I mean, honestly, I think it's just for someone like for me who has started very recently, I think for me where I started was well, I mean, I had Muhammad, I had Ahmed show me a couple of companies. I did my research on those companies, and also just like start off with companies that you know, but don't invest in it yet. Just start off with companies that you know and then just view them like go on the stock market and just see how they're doing. Study it, obviously watch videos. Videos is huge. And then once you like get the hang of like a big company like Apple, once you start getting the hang of like how Apple's performing, that's when I feel like you can start moving on and then feel like you should like start doing research or like even things that you like right now like ask yourself what is a company or what is something that would be great in the future that is
Tesla,
being made?
Tesla.
Tesla. Okay, but like also you even talked about this
Yeah,
biotech, ocean discovery. That's something that could be good. For example, my thought was what's it called? Psychedelics. I knew that I did research on
yeah. I'm gonna get
psychedelics.
water. I'll be right back.
All right. I did research on psychedelics and I knew that like yo this would be a something that may occur in the future and that it could be a big hit. So yeah, just like ask yourself what do you know that is new or not even new, but something that is most likely going to be a huge hit in the future that we could use. And then do your research on it, check them out on the stock market and invest.
You know, two stocks that I actually prefer actually that are pretty good,
What's that?
Riot and Mara, because these two stocks correspond with Bitcoin. These two companies mine Bitcoin, and what I mean by that, so one day, let's say right now Bitcoin is going up, but let's say a Sunday night Bitcoin shoots up to 20 to 44,000 or something like that. You know what would happen to Mara and Riot?
It'd go up
Mara,
too.
yeah,
Right,
Mara,
blockchain.
yeah, right, blockchain and Mara. path. I don't know how to say it. But Mara would
Yeah,
they would both go up. Why? Because Bitcoin went up. What Bitcoin goes down, they go down either. So right now I feel like Bitcoin. You can still buy Bitcoin. You could still buy Riot, but Riot's right now really high. I mean, I would wait till it goes down. Honestly,
So yeah, I mean, honestly, to sum it up, because we don't have that much time left, just do your research on things, watch videos. If you don't really get what we're saying, we kind of explain everything after you understand the basics. Like once you understand the basics, then you'll probably get a hang on what we're saying. Like for me, I hung on there for a pretty long time, and I understand most of the things that these geeks were saying, but just for the most part, just do your research and then come back to this episode and listen to it and see what you know.
the
And
best
Wait,
way
is
to
this the
learn.
end of the episode?
it's going to be. I just want to ask
2 minutes.
Ahmed.
Okay,
I want to ask Ahmed
real quick.
quick questions. I don't even think we should ask. I had how does politics affect the stocks, but I don't even think we should ask that. But
Too
to wrap
much.
it up,
It affects
to
it
wrap
too
it up
much.
here,
Yeah, they do, but it's
yeah. To wrap it up here,
like what I said. I
what
bought
is it?
marijuana after. I mean, I bought the stock after Joe Biden won.
We have 2 minutes left.
What are the benefits of investing at a young age?
I mean, you gain so much knowledge at this age. Think about
And
it.
you get money.
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up and let Ahmed speak.
your allowance, dude. Oh, dude. So the best part about doing this when you're a kid, like you, first of all, if you do this with your own account, you're first of all, you're making money. You can buy whatever the heck you want. You don't have to physically do labor. You don't have to do any freaking. You don't have to go to a job. You're just sitting home, clicking a couple of buttons, just waiting. I guess checking your phone pretty
I
often.
always think about that. I'm like, wow, I'm making money, but just sitting
and
on my computer.
think about it, you gain so much knowledge too. So at the end of the day, when you're 18, when you're 30, when you're 40, when you're 50, you'll be like, dang, I've been doing this for like so long. I've been doing this for like 30 years. I'm possibly a pro
Especially when you have an
or a
income, it could
pro.
actually really help you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I think that's a wrap, guys. Yeah, I think we got enough set in there. Um, Thank you, Ahmed, for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
This was a
Thank you
great
for having me.
conversation.
An honor.
Yeah. Hopefully the people listening to this learned a bit. Uh, and yeah, man, more to come.
We might do a follow up.
We may do a follow up
we-
because
yeah.
we were limited on
We
this.
didn't, yeah, we were.
I do have like another 30-minute clip. I think there's like a 30-minute clip that I have. The other one was like 30 minutes that I may post separately if they want to hear more about that. That's more advanced talk. But yeah, thank you for listening and
Yeah, we're about to get disconnected.
holla.